Taoist festival of piercing and pain. Taoism is often associated with peace, balance, and meditation, but not all its practices reflect serenity. In parts of Southeast Asia, especially during the Phuket Vegetarian Festival in Thailand, some Taoist devotees engage in extreme body-piercing rituals. Believers, known as mediums, allow spirits to possess them, which supposedly makes them immune to pain. During the festival, participants pierce their cheeks, tongues, and bodies with sharp objects like swords, skewers, and even bike parts. They march through the streets in spiritual trances, drawing awe and alarm from onlookers. The purpose is to drive away evil and bring blessings to the community. No medical numbing agents are used, and yet many avoid serious injury. However, some participants do experience blood loss and complications. Critics see the practice as dangerous, while others view it as a deep expression of faith. The event remains a vivid mix of religion, tradition, and spectacle. The Mormon view on skin color and sin. The Book of Mormon describes a split between two groups of ancient Americans, the Nephites and the Lamanites. According to the scripture, the Lamanites were marked with a darker skin tone as a sign of divine displeasure. This passage became the foundation for early racial doctrines in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. For much of its history, black members were barred from holding priesthood positions. The church maintained this ban until 1978, when a new revelation overturned it. While some leaders justified the past as a test of faith, others later admitted the doctrine was based in cultural bias. Today, the church denounces all forms of racism. Still, the verses about skin color remain in the Book of Mormon. Scholars debate whether these passages were meant to be literal or symbolic. This aspect of LDS history continues to generate discomfort and discussion. The deceased pope, who was put on trial. In 897 AD, the Catholic Church held a highly unusual court session known as the Cadaver Synod. Pope Stephen VI exhumed the corpse of his predecessor, Pope Formosus, and placed it on trial. The dead pope's decaying body was propped up in ceremonial robes and sat in court like a living defendant. Stephen VI accused him of violating church laws and improperly ascending to the papacy. A deacon answered all the questions on the corpse's behalf during the grotesque ceremony. Formosus was declared guilty, stripped of his titles, and his body was dumped into the Tiber River. The spectacle caused outrage across Rome. Riots soon erupted, and Stephen VI was deposed and imprisoned. His actions were later denounced by future popes. The bizarre event remains one of the strangest moments in religious history. The Indian monk who lived without food or water. Prahlad Jani, a Hindu ascetic from Gujarat, India, claimed to have survived for decades without eating or drinking. He said that he had been blessed by a goddess at the age of 11 and had since lived on spiritual energy alone. This drew interest from scientists and skeptics around the world. In 2003 and 2010, Indian doctors placed him under strict observation in a hospital setting. Over several days, he was monitored continuously and appeared not to eat, drink, or use the bathroom. The medical teams were baffled by the results but admitted their studies were short-term. Some experts called the results inconclusive and suggested it may have been a trick. Others saw it as possible evidence of yogic control over the body. Regardless of the truth, Prahlad became a spiritual icon in India. His case remains a subject of debate in both science and religious circles. The Karmapa Lama's double trouble. In Tibetan Buddhism, the Karmapa Lama is a major spiritual leader, much like the Dalai Lama. But in 1992, a serious issue arose. Two different boys were both recognized as the Karmapa's reincarnation. One was approved by the Dalai Lama, while the other had the support of a powerful Buddhist sect. Both had followers, temples, and even separate lines of succession. The division led to tension within Tibetan Buddhism for decades. Attempts to resolve the situation included secret meetings and negotiations. Eventually, one of the claimants left his position, allowing the other to take full leadership. However, some followers still believe the other boy was the true reincarnation. The controversy highlights how spiritual matters can collide with politics and power. It remains one of modern Buddhism's most unusual succession stories. The Christian sect that believes Jesus returned in 1914. Jehovah's Witnesses are known for their door-to-door preaching, but they also have some unique beliefs about the end times. They teach that Jesus returned invisibly to earth in 1914, not in physical form, but as a heavenly ruler. According to their doctrine, this marked the beginning of the last days. They interpret world events like wars and natural disasters as signs of Jesus' invisible reign. Unlike mainstream Christianity, they do not expect a future second coming in bodily form. Instead, they await a final battle, Armageddon, after which Jesus will rule the earth directly. This belief shapes their emphasis on evangelism and urgency. Critics question the repeated failed predictions of exact dates, yet Jehovah's Witnesses maintain their interpretations are based on biblical prophecy. This belief continues to distinguish them from other Christian denominations. The goddess worshipped through alcohol and tobacco. Santa Muerte, or Saint Death, is a folk saint venerated in parts of Mexico and the United States. She's depicted as a skeletal figure, often dressed like the Virgin Mary, but she isn't officially recognized by the Catholic Church. Her followers include marginalized people such as prisoners, cartel members, sex workers, and the poor. Devotees pray to her for protection, justice, and even vengeance. Interestingly, they often offer her alcohol, tobacco, and other taboo items instead of flowers or candles. Despite her association with death, many see her as a source of mercy and miracles. Authorities have tried to discourage her worship, but it only seems to grow stronger. Some believers even claim miraculous healings and protection from danger. Santa Muerte's popularity reflects the spiritual needs of those abandoned by mainstream religion. Her cult continues to raise theological and ethical debates. The flying monks of Greece's Cliffside Monasteries. In central Greece, the Meteora monasteries sit atop towering rock pillars, some over 1,000 feet tall. Built during the 14th and 15th centuries, these Eastern Orthodox monasteries were designed for ultimate isolation. Monks lived in near seclusion, with access possible only by ropes, ladders, or baskets hoisted from below. Supplies, and even the monks themselves, were raised using pulley systems. This gave rise to their nickname, flying monks. The monasteries were built to escape both worldly distractions and invading Ottoman forces. Over time, they became centers of religious learning and contemplation. Today, only a few are still inhabited, but they remain active pilgrimage sites. Tourists marvel at the structures, wondering how such feats of engineering were accomplished so long ago. Meteora represents one of the most dramatic expressions of religious devotion and retreat from the world. The secret gospel that almost made it into the Bible. Early Christianity was far from unified, and numerous writings competed for inclusion in the official Bible. One such text was the Gospel of Thomas, a collection of Jesus' sayings with a mystical tone. It lacks narratives about miracles or crucifixion, and instead focuses on secret knowledge leading to spiritual enlightenment. Some scholars believe it contains teachings from Jesus that predate the four canonical Gospels. The Gospel was left out of the Bible because it didn't align with the Church's developing theology. Discovered in Egypt in 1945, it has since fascinated historians and theologians. Some compare it to Eastern philosophies like Zen Buddhism, due to its cryptic language. Others warn it could mislead believers with non-traditional ideas. While not accepted as scripture, the Gospel of Thomas has sparked new interest in early Christian diversity. It challenges assumptions about what early followers of Jesus truly believed, the temple where rats are worshipped. In the Indian state of Rajasthan lies the Karmapa temple, where thousands of rats roam freely. These aren't pests to be feared. They are considered sacred. Worshippers believe the rats are reincarnations of Karmapa''s devotees. Killing one, even accidentally, is seen as a terrible sin. Devotees often offer food and sweets to the rats, who scurry across the temple floors and eat from communal bowls. Visitors are encouraged to walk barefoot through the temple, a sign of humility and respect. Spotting a white rat is especially auspicious, as it's believed to bring good fortune. Despite concerns about hygiene, the temple remains a popular pilgrimage site. Tourists and religious followers alike marvel at this unique form of devotion. The Karmapa temple challenges Western ideas about what holiness looks like. If you thought these religious facts were surprising, just wait till you hear how the world's biggest religions explain how everything began. Don't miss our next video, Every Major Religion's Story on Creation Explained. Hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and ring the bell so you won't miss a single twist in the origins of the universe, according to religion.